One of our brand new horse friends who just moved here from Texas is named Dominique de la Soja. And I tell you that partly because I just love saying her name. It's a great name. But actually, I want to tell you about what she said to her daughter. She has a 9-year-old daughter, and her daughter was feeling bummed the other night because they had to cancel a little mini vacation they had planned because of the crisis that we're undergoing. And her daughter was a little bit afraid and didn't understand everything that was going on. And Dominique tried several things to explain it to her, and nothing seemed to work. And then finally Dominique said, well, imagine that the whole world just got dumped into a swimming pool, and everybody is in the swimming pool. And some people can swim, and they're doing okay. And other people have floaties, and they are in a little better shape as well. But some people don't know how to swim, and they are really, really struggling. And the problem is there's not enough lifeguards to help everybody and to save everybody. And so the best thing that we can do right now is just to climb out of the pool, to sit on our towels, and to eat a popsicle and reapply sunscreen. She said her daughter looked at her strangely for a minute, thought about it, and said, Mom, that's the most impressive thing you said to me all day. Now, finally, I understand what is going on. When I think about the fact that we are being asked to shelter in place or self-quarantine or social distance, it's kind of like, as Dominique said, we're getting out of the pool so that the lifeguards can take care of the ones that need to be taken care of, and we are sitting on our towels and finding ways to eat popsicles and reapply sunscreen. One of the ways we might be thinking about reapplying sunscreen, protecting ourselves during this time, is to make sure that we are staying spiritually strong, that we're keeping connected to God. Lots of people have mentioned the 46th Psalm that reminds us that we do not need to be afraid, even if the mountains feel like they are shaking and they're falling into the sea, the nations in our uproar, the kingdoms totter, God is still with us. And part of that psalm that is so, so beautiful says, "Be still and know that I am God." In spite of earthquakes and mountains shaking and kingdoms in uproar and nations tottering, we can be still and know that God is God. In our church, in the last just 48 hours or so, we've had 2 babies born. Abigail Music was born last night, and she joins her big sister Caroline. Max Goldson was born a couple of days ago, and he joins his big sister Ellie. And thinking about children and being still, children aren't often still, but when a child is scared or a child needs something, they'll often run to a parent, run into their lap, and put their head on the parent's shoulder and just hang on and let the parent hang on to them as well. We had a friend named Laurie Dora, and she and her family were going to be at our house this weekend, and they can't come because of the crisis. And she posted something on Facebook the other day that really helped me. She said that during this time she was going to start practicing again centering prayer. And centering prayer is, at essence, just being still and being in God's presence. It's not offering language up to God. It's not even trying to listen for what God might say down. It's just being in God's presence. When I think about doing centering prayer, when I do centering prayer, I sometimes imagine that I am a little child. And I imagine that God is kind of a grandmotherly-like figure, and I climb up into her lap, and I just put myself into her lap, sort of, and let myself feel being held by God. And so let me invite you this day to be still and know that God is God, to get out of the pool, to sit on your towel, to eat a popsicle, and to reapply sunscreen. And one of the ways you might do that is through centering prayer. Be safe and know that God is with us.